YouTubers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, your girl Morgan Tracy J, coming today with another YouTube video for our Fearless Friday booth. If you are new here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and you join the YouTube family. And if you've been here for a while, girl, don't forget, if you get inspired by this message, make sure you share it with one of your girlfriends. Well guys, today's video is actually sponsored by BetterHelp Faith Counseling. I said BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, Faith Counseling. And the reason I partnered up with them is because October 10th is World Mental Health Day. And you guys know, as a Christian woman, I have talked openly and honestly about struggling with anxiety and depression, okay? Like, this is not something I hide. However, I wanted to talk to you guys about that today. Why? Is because guess what, guys? Sometimes as a Christian, you can feel bad for having mental health problems. Man, I'm trying to tell you, there has been seasons where I have not felt like a good Christian, and I'd be like, God, why are you putting me through this? Why do you have me going through this? And I would feel like I just messed up so bad, or I sinned so big, and then this is just what God has given me to suffer for. And truly, guys, I don't think that's the best perspective to have, honestly. And I think that we should not go through this alone, okay? So I will say that I will leave links in the description box with faith counseling. It's just counseling with a biblical perspective. If anybody who's battling with depression, anxiety, or even having suicidal issues, be sure you contact them and just kind of get connected and get help. You don't want to go through this alone. And I will say, truly, years ago in college, I was in a very dark place, okay? I loved God. I was walking towards God, but I was going through a lot of breaking in my life. And I was in a dark place. And so I went to counseling. I went to counseling my whole semester on my college campus. And it truly did help me. I'm not going to lie. Like, I will say it wasn't like no major breakthrough or anything. But I think truly like me having someone to talk to and then someone to give me their perspective on like what I was going through, including I was going through like an eating disorder at that time too. And so it really was very, very helpful. And so that's my personal story with counseling. Like, I think it was really good for me. And so I just want to give you some ideas too to help you if you're struggling with your mental health. One thing I will say that I did that helped me so much is I got a puppy. You guys know I got Monty back in August. And me and him are like inseparable, and he's really spoiled, guys. So yeah, we just watch. He's very spoiled. But I got a little puppy, and the reason I got him was because I would notice that sometimes I would feel very lonely. I would feel alone, and sometimes I didn't have anything to kind of just like to take me away from the hustle and bustle of work. And so I realized that, and I prayed, and I asked for a dog that I could love and that I could just cherish. And Monty is definitely a handful. But this was one thing that I did is I went out and got a puppy. And that really has, I will say, I think it has helped my mental health because I'm not alone so much and I have something to look forward to outside of myself, especially when you live alone. Also, something I will say that has truly helped my mental health is having a vision. I know, like, although my suffering and things that I go through sometimes, like, that's what I have to experience, but I have a vision for my life and I have a vision and I'm working towards it. And I noticed like previously, like years ago, I didn't really have a vision. And so I found myself a lot in anxiety and depression. And also too, another thing is having gratitude. Like there were seasons where I was just so focused on the future that I couldn't see the beauty in where I was at. And so I would just be overwhelmed, depressed. I felt behind in life and I felt like I had no direction. And so that would cause more of a depression and anxiety, okay? And then also, guys, there were seasons where I think truly I just wasn't taking care of myself. Like I would take care of the ministry. I would take care of helping other people. Let me help so-and-so. Let me do this. But I wouldn't personally take care of my personal well-being, my mental health, my spiritual health, my physical health. And I think that's a big key is a lot of times our mental health can tie to our physical health. Like if we are neglecting our body, we're neglecting our desires, our dreams, our goals, our passions. If we keep neglecting those, then of course our mental health is going to go down also. Also, something else along the journey I realized is that it's biblical, okay? I found scripture where it shows me that my suffering, I don't have to do it alone. I don't have to go through the afflictions by myself. And when I am going through an affliction, it says that God comforts me, and he takes me through it so I can help somebody else. You know, a few years ago, I did a video on anxiety here on my YouTube channel, and I remember getting all these messages. Even when I was editing the video, I was like, I do not want to put this up because I'm in ministry. I don't you're not supposed to have anxiety in ministry. Like, I was just beating myself up about it. But I got so many messages from thousands of women who was so grateful for that video. And it was in that moment that that scripture in 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 4 came to life for me. And that says, he comforts us in all our afflictions, so that we may be able to comfort those who are in any kind of affliction through the comfort we have received from him, which is God. And so that right there was just like an eye-opener for me, that my affliction is actually to help someone else come through their affliction. And the way God is comforting me through my affliction, it's going to give me the courage to comfort somebody else. It's going to encourage me. And that leads me to another tip, guys, is be willing to encourage yourself through your afflictions, through your struggles. Be willing to encourage yourself, and also understand that God is our encourager. He is our uplifter. He is our aid. He is our helper. He is our provider. So even when I'm struggling in anxiety, even when I'm struggling with some ungodly thoughts, even when I feel like sometimes you can't get out of bed, whatever you're going through, I want you to be willing to say, okay, this does not have to define me. This is what I'm struggling in the moment, but God is my comforter. He is helping me through this. And I want to tell you, there has been many pastors, many people in this earth, Christians and not Christians, that have struggled with this thing. And I want you to be willing to take back authority. And if you have a bad moment, or if you have a bad day, don't let it define you. Don't say, oh, I had a depressed day, so now I'm depressed. Don't say, oh, I had a bad day, so I'm all this. Like I don't claim those things. For me, if I'm having like a moment, or if I'm like, oh man, that day was like really hard for me, I don't know what was going on in my spirit, I just say like, God, what was going on in my spirit? Help me through that. And that's kind of something that has really been helpful. Okay, and last but not least, guys, find your bliss again. This right here to me is a major. When I say find your bliss, I mean do what lights you up. Do the thing that makes you so happy. And I want to tell you, go to your bliss. Go to the thing that brings you joy, because when you are having joy, God gets joy out of you. When he sees his daughter flourishing and living and saying, God, I'm going to make today great. Today is the day that the Lord has made. I'll rejoice and be glad in it. When he sees you doing that, he rejoices in you. And so I want you to go to the thing that brings you bliss. I remember after a very dark, depressed season in my life, I was in college, and it was in that season where I had the counselor and everything, and I guess I was coming to the end of it, and I was just tired of feeling the way I had been feeling. I was exhausted, and I literally started just blasting music every day, all day. It was the song Brave by, I don't know her name. She's like, I want to see you be brave. I literally would listen to that song every day. I would listen to Girl Put Your Records On. I would listen to worship music. I would listen to Unwritten. I would listen to all these music that just like built me up and made me so inspired, because it helped me see the beauty in my day versus looking at the struggle of my day. Does that make sense? And so I want to tell you, boo, you find your bliss. You find the thing that lights you up. You find the thing that makes you so happy. You find the thing that inspires you, no matter what it is. To do that more often, because that is going to help you on this journey. When you are tapping in, you're taking care of your mental health, your spiritual health, and your physical health, and you're taking care of your passions and your goals and your dreams. It's going to give you such a more momentum for each and every day. And Jesus Christ says that he comforts us in our afflictions, that he comforts us when we're struggling. He comforts us when we're crushed in spirit. He comforts us when our spirit is burdened. He comforts us. And so I want you to be willing to realize that he comforts you, he comforts me, which allows me to come and encourage other people, which may allow you to give a helping hand, which may allow you to share your light with others. So I pray this video blesses you and helps you. Monty's getting impatient. And I hope you don't just go out and get a puppy. Okay, pray about that. I literally prayed for a year before I got a puppy. But I knew it was time when I seen his little face. You know that? Ugh, just love him. But anywho, guys, I thank you for watching. Thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. And thank you so much to BetterHelp Faith Counseling for sponsoring this video and just helping us bring awareness to Christians in our mental health. I thank you guys so much. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. See you later, guys. My mommy keeps making me come on camera all the time. Are you a YouTuber now?